Hello, I'm Reverend Joshua Young, and today I'll be talking to you about freedom. Freedom should not have to be earned. We are all born humans and made in God's image, so no one should be seen as lesser than anyone else. That was not God's plan. But here we are, fighting slavery and people owning others just because they think that they are better than everyone else. We should not have to be fighting for something that our Creator intended. We have when He made us. He didn't intend for anyone to be treated so poorly that they have to hide from the rest of society just so that they can feel safe. I have been around long enough to see things that no person, man or woman, black or white, should ever see in their whole lifetime. You know, just recently, I was in a small city called Boston. I was at a conference for Unitarian pastors, and when we left, I could not believe what I saw. There was a young man, Anthony Burns, who escaped captivity and became a free man. The police arrested him because of the fugitive slave law. The court decided that he had to be returned to his past slaveholder, to a life of misery and despair. It just was not fair for him at all, and on top of that, all the pastors just left like nothing happened. I was disgusted to even be a part of the group they were in, because they were walking away from what we believed and why we do what we do. Now, don't get me wrong, it definitely took a lot of courage to take a stand and break the law, and it was very hard. I can see that, but I just wondered if anyone else besides me even cared about what happened. It seemed that they only cared about themselves. Anyway, the Anthony Burns trial made me realize what the world actually was. The fugitive slave law is wicked and evil. It is a dark deed of sin. The North used to be a safe place, but now our whole country is spoiled. After this moment, I realized my purpose and why God put me on this earth. I needed to help free slaves at any means necessary. I became a conductor of the Underground Railroad and helped people escape to Canada. I started in Massachusetts and moved wherever I had to move to help people. For a long time, I was in Burlington, Virginia. Now, when I was there, it was a scary time, but I had to do what I did for the protection of all others. All men are equal, and I firmly believe that so. I did take a risk by helping to hide slaves along the Bigelow. But that was a risk I had to take. It is not fair for anyone to be scared of how they live just because of their color of the skin. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that change permanently, including breaking the law, to make people believe that their life is worth living and that they do not have to hide. The Fugitive Slave Act is by far the worst law this country has ever made and completely goes against everything that the good Lord made for us and everything I believe. I was just a little bit of my life, but I want to tell you guys the most important information and what I stood for. Without purpose to life, there's no point in living. And my purpose was to help others be free and not be bound to chains of someone else. I hope you guys are enjoyed your time with me today. I hope you all took something out of this and learned how important it is to me for people to be free. Never forget that freedom is the most important thing a man can have. Have a great rest of your day. Praise God for the freedom you have been granted, and always do your best to help others receive the freedom they might not be so lucky to have, but that they wealthily deserve.